would you say that this is one of the most important roles in your career, which is now 10 years old, but you've just done a handful of dramas, and of course we'll talk about the web series. But would you say that this is one of the most important characters you've played?
I would say, commercially wise, I would say that I believe that this will end up being very important for me because, um, like you said, the web series, I have a attachment
You have
to
to,
that
yeah,
character.
yeah.
I believe that was probably what was the closest to my heart,
Right,
that web series that I
right,
did. But I think that this was important for me to find out if I can do things like this.
right.
I
And
needed to do this.
and where will this take your career now? What do you have in plan? Because unfortunately, we are so closeted when it comes to age. And there's so much ageism in television right now.
Absolutely.
And our mainstream actresses in the top tier is between 20 and 25, which is painful actually.
It
which
is
is
painful.
painful
It's
because
very
I personally think that a woman actually discovers herself in her 30s.
I always say this that
Yeah.
our industry is completely ignoring a decade in a woman's life that is the most important, which is from 30 to 40.
Yes.
वो हमारे ड्रामों में या तो she's too old to get married,
Yeah.
या तो she's divorced,
Yeah.
या तो she's a loser, उसकी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं हुआ, वो साइड की
Sidekick
किसी
है.
लीड की बहन है या कुछ है
Yeah.
जो हमेशा डिप्रेस रहती है क्योंकि
Yeah.
वो अब 30 अबव है, अब उसकी
अब
लाइफ
उसकी
खत्म
अब उसकी लाइफ खत्म हो गई
है
है बिल्कुल.
तो but in real life being a woman,
Yeah.
that is the most important decade of your life.
Absolutely.
That's where you become a woman,
That's when you realize who you are.
who you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
how is that going to change?
how is that going to change is, you know, a lot of people say that you are selective with your roles and we need to be, but I'm pretty sure this is a drum that's been beaten to death. It's
Yeah.
the writing.
Yeah.
Is the writing. We have to be a little bit more brave about it, although this doesn't take any kind of bravery to do this.
Right.
There are stories all around us.
Right.
अगर घरेलू stories लिखनी है तो फिर घर में और बहुत ज़बरदस्त stories हो रही हैं.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, anything. Issues at work. There's girls are working in banks, for example. I mean, there's just like
It's endless.
It's just endless. I don't know where
I
to
think
start on it.
even if you're showing romance and love, I mean, why are we assuming that women in their 30s are not falling in love? And
I would say that
That's
that
sad.
you fall in love at that time.
At that time,
the real
right?
love should happen around this time.
I absolutely agree that
Yeah.
that's the real time to fall in love.
Yes, it is because you don't know yourself before this.
Yeah. So writers, directors, all you guys out there, this is you're missing a decade, like
They are, and
like
you
you
know,
rightly said.
मुझे कभी-कभी थोड़ा सा अफसोस होता है कि क्योंकि a lot of majority of our writers are women writers.
Yeah.
अब मैंने आपका वो वाला एपिसोड देखा था where Hassan interviewed the writer of Jalan.
Yes.
That was so interesting to me because I don't know the lady personally, but you know, from what she was saying, she was completely justified in how she was justifying it. But I felt that she herself was a product of just having to work in an industry that's just really limiting still. It's very limiting that, you know, 3-4 तरीके ही होते हैं किसी चीज़ को जस्टिफाई करने के, उससे आगे जो अगर हम सोचेंगे तो वो रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा idea. और डायरेक्टली ऑडियंस पे ब्लेम करना इज माय पेट पीव. लाइक आई हेट हियरिंग. I hate hearing.
Okay, this is what people want to watch.
No, they don't. I'm so happy that this review culture has started.
Yeah.
Because you get to see, we as actors get to show the comments that people are making. Look, you're wrong.
Yeah.
They want this. You know, साथ मुलाकातें की मैं हमेशा बात करती हूँ, उसके नीचे जो लोगों ने कमेंट्स की थी कि ये टीवी पे क्यों नहीं है, ये मैंने एक और इंटरव्यू में भी बात की थी. So then we are just wrong. Are we just lazy?
Do you think that there's different kinds of storytelling for different mediums? Like something can work on the internet, on a web series, but it might not work on television, where you have a larger diaspora, larger demographic of people watching, larger age group, society, and then cinema, of course, is completely different.
Of course, there's going to be differences, but I think that there are creative ways to kind of merge those things together.
Yeah.
You know, अब everything, whoever's watching TV is watching things on YouTube. They're watching web series. They're watching everything.
But not everybody watching the web series is watching TV.
That's true, because how much TV do we also watch? I mean, now you do,
I
because
watch
this is
everything.
your job now.
I watch everything.
Sometimes I wonder how do you guys do this? Like,
I watch everything.
You know, how many dramas you guys are reviewing.
Yeah.
But I think what the web is doing is raising the bar on the content a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't have to shock people on TV.
Right.
But we can start it. We can start introducing elements.
Right.
अब नहीं करेंगे तो हम कब करेंगे?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
और हम बहुत बड़ा एक audience lose भी कर रहे हैं, because whoever this generation right now is a TV watching generation. How long is this going to last?
Absolutely.
Now it is, even my mother watches everything on YouTube. She wants to watch, she watches Netflix. She watches, you know, web series, which she finds more engaging.
Yeah.
So we need to start slowly. We can't just be waiting around कि TV चलेगा बस हमें वही करना है. We need to make some improvements. Definitely. हमें भी, we as actors, we need, you know, Sonia said something very interesting, which I agree with, कि अगर ये नहीं होगा, so actors like myself and her and few others who take this as a craft, we're gonna hit a wall at one point. We're not gonna feel that we can grow anymore. So then what do we do? Do we think about in a few years we're just not going to work here? Which is sad.
Do you think there's a saturation that we're hitting?
I think so. I think we should have already been preparing for this 5 years ago.
थोड़ा सा बदलाव आ रहा है कि नहीं? Or is it getting worse?
I think your review culture and this direct, you know, instant feedback, I think अगर हम smart हैं तो बदलाव आना चाहिए.
आना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल आना चाहिए.
Are there any dramas that are on air right now or last year in the few years that you would say, okay, these are really progressive roles for women, or even for men? Let's not be gender specific, but these are really great roles and these are great stories. ऐसी और कहानियाँ होनी चाहिए.
I'll be very honest, I haven't had the chance to watch things, but other than just the roles for men and women, I really loved Alif.
Yeah.
Because it was just a complete different story. It wasn't focused on your typical things.
Right.
It, you know, at the same time, Mere Paas Tum Ho was playing, and I believe Alif got totally overshadowed by the hype.
Right.
Not that Mere Paas Tum Ho I have a problem with, but the thing is, you know, things like Alif, where there's being a little bit more of like a character study or going into people's inner struggles with spirituality. And I mean, not necessarily the topic, but the approach of that drama, I really loved. And as far as gender roles go, I also have a problem with the way men are represented in dramas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's so bad.
Absolutely.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, कि एक आदमी दो लड़कियों के बीच में बेचारा, ऐसे कैसे होता है कि एक बीवी है तो फिर एक कोई और है, या तो फिर घर में अफेयर्स चल रहे हैं, लेकिन लड़ाई झगड़े सिर्फ औरतें कर रही हैं, और वो बेचारा बस उसको दोनों से प्यार हो गया. ये भी तो गलत है. ये भी हम क्या अपने मर्दों को यही सिखा रहे हैं फिर? कि आपकी तो कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है नहीं. अगर आपको एक औरत परसू कर रही है, भले आप शादीशुदा हो, तो आपकी तो गलती नहीं है. ऑफ कोर्स आपको उससे भी प्यार हो जाएगा. ये क्या है? What is that?
आपके तो दिमाग ही नहीं है.
What are we raising?
You don't have a brain.
Yeah, what are we raising?